Hello guys, so welcome to KO Tutorials. So here I am coming up with one more new tutorial. So we'll be continuing that modifiers tutorial over here. So let's get started. So as you can see over here, we have done few of the modifiers over here. Now I'll be going through one more modifier that's called a displace modifier. So displace is something like if you want to make it more uneven, like as you have seen a noise modifier. So how we are going to use a displace modifier? Displace modifier can be used with a map. So for example, let's take a plane over here and let's take the segments over here. Let's go into this and let's take a displace modifier. Into the displace modifier, I have a map over here. So what does map do over here is like whenever you're going to take a displacement map, so displacement map is in the form of a black and white. So whatever you will see the white area or gray area, it's going to come up in the positive axis, and the black area is definitely going to go down in the negative axis. So let's call a bitmap over here as displace. So once you call this as a displace and you have a strength option over here, let's just increase its strength. So as you can see over here, once I have increased its strength over here, you see that the area, whatever area it was a black, that has gone down, and whatever area it was white, it has come up. So in the simple terms, let's just remove this. I'll call another bitmap over here. I'll again call another bitmap. Let's take this, say this. So for creation of kind of mountains or terrains, for that we can use this stuff over here. So as you can see over here, I have a map over here. Say this map. So this is your white area, this is your black area. So whatever area over here, that is your white, will come up. So whatever area which is down, that will be as your black area. So as you can see over here. Now what I can do over here is like, I have a decay option. Also I can increase its strength if you want. You can go down, you can increase, decrease this stuff if you want, length and width for the mapping part. If you want, you can do that mapping stuff. So for example, if you feel to go over here and let's take a map over here like a texture kind of. Mountain texture. So you can take any kind of a texture over here. So let's, if you take any kind of a texture over here, or if you take any kind of a high resolution texture over here. So this is just, I'm just showing you a kind of an example over here. So let's just take a, let's just save as this on desktop over here. I'll just assign it in a form of a material over here. I'll just explain you how it works. So just assign that. So well, you can go with that, just the form of a example I'm just showing you over here. You can see that. So if you want to assign a mesh smooth, you can assign a mesh smooth over here for the smoothness. So that's how you can create a displacement map. You can also create your own displacement map in Photoshop. You can paint it with black and white, and again you can save it and you can call it over here. So if you look at it in this displacement, I already have a map. So if you remove this map, definitely it's going to become flat over here. That's how this displacement map will work. So now we have another modifier over here, that's called a slice modifier. So how slice modifier works over here is like, so slicing is something like it's going to cut something. So for example, if we are going to take a spear over here, and if I am going to take a slice modifier, so I'll go into the slice plane, I'll just rotate this, I'll push it up, and if you have an option called remove top, so you see that I can easily slice that. So whenever I move this, you will see that it's going to cut that because I'm using this slice modifier. So once you're done with this slicing over here, so I can slightly convert to editable poly. I can push it up and I can select the base. I can delete the base. I can give a cap over here. I can slightly push this down and you can select the border over here. Press R. So if you want to extrude an edge, you can press shift and extrude this edge. So what I'll be doing over here is like, I'll be using a cap option over here. I'll be using a modifier over here, selecting the polygons over here, and I can use a bevel option over here. So if you want to use a bevel option over here, you can easily use a bevel option like this. So that's how you can create something. You can use a swift loops over here. I can put some swift loops over here. So if you feel that's fine, you can give a mesh smooth again over here for creation of some chairs or couches or whatever. So that's how you can use this modifier, that's called a slice modifier. So slice can be used in this way to cut anything. You can easily use a slice over here. After that, we have one more modifier, that's called path deform. So how path deform works? Let me explain you how it works. For example, if I have something, let's go into this spline and let's take a helix. I'll increase its height over here. I'll increase its turns over here. So I'll just copy this, paste this. I'll increase it more, I'll increase it turns. And rendering, enabling viewport, and I'll increase its thickness. So now what I can do over here is like, let's take a line over here. Let's take a line. So for example, you want to create a wire kind of this stuff. You can select this, go into the modifier called path deform, not patch deform, path deform. Into that, click on this, pick path, move to the path, and you have an option called stretch. So if you look at it properly over here, you can use this option over here in this way. So if you look at it properly, you will see that percentage, you can increase, decrease the percentage, how much stretch you want, that can also be done over here. So if you go into the helix, if you go down and if you increase its height, and you can increase its turns over here. That's it. So for creation of this stuff, such stuff, what we are using over here, that's called your path deform. So path deform is something like whatever you're going to deform it. So if I go into this line, if I select the vertices and if I change anything over here, you will see that the original shape is also going to be affected over here. So that's the good use of this modifier over here. That's a path deform modifier. You can undo this. So guys, if you have any doubts, please write it in the comment section over here. So after that, if you want to make it more smoother, you can easily smoothen it over here. So please like and subscribe my YouTube channel, that's KO Tutorials. So we'll continue the rest of the part in the next tutorial. So definitely we have this 2 modifiers left which will be continuing in the next part. So thanks for watching this tutorial.